Hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here, Yeehaw, and patch notes have been released. Official patch notes have come out, and we have them here-ish right around me. I'm gonna try to go through them pretty quick. If you're watching this right now, I might be live streaming the new update as we speak here on YouTube, so come say hi. Let's do this. There are some big ones right here. I'm going to try to move through this rather quickly because there's a lot of stuff going on, but I did have a video earlier talking about some of this here. So let's see. Eos energy is being adjusted in battles. I'm not sure exactly how yet, but it's based on how well you are doing. There are new achievement missions being added for tons of different Pokemon. So I believe I think every single Pokemon that's out has an achievement now. The difficulty of achievements for Greedent, Absol, and Zera have been lowered, which is good. Those were some of the harder ones. New content's been added. The Pokemon Unite manga is in there. The option has been added to battle without boost emblems. A feature allows you to unlock additional custom loadouts. I would like to see what that's going to be. I assume that just means more boost emblem loadouts, and I hope that they're not kind of crazy expensive or something like that. Black emblems have been nerfed. Crit has been nerfed. Also attack, special attack have been adjusted. I believe attack lowered, but I'm not positive, and I'm not positive on special attack. Unite move and effects. This is going to be a whole thing, but each category, speedster, defender, attacker, all-rounder, supporter, have different effects with their Unite move. Real quickly, speedsters get a weak shield, but greatly increased move speed. Defenders, big shield and move speed slight increase. Attackers, they get a weak shield, movement speed increase slightly, and its attack speed is greatly increased or the move cooldowns are reduced. So obviously, Cinderace, attack speed, Espeon, move cooldowns, something like that. All-rounders, they get a weak shield, movement speed, and attack speed and move cooldowns. So again, depending on what kind of all-rounder you are. And then supporters, you get a weak shield, which is surprising. I thought it would probably be bigger. Some move speed, but its cooldowns are greatly reduced. So it's going to change the way Unite moves work in the game, and we're really going to have to get inside the new patch to figure out how this is going to affect everything. There are updates to the Battle Pass, shop updates, event. I mean, there's so many updates. Mr. Mime, I've talked about this a bit, but Psychic and Guard Swap. It's no longer Guard Swap, by the way. It's called Power Swap now. It's kind of completely changing what they want to do with Mr. Mime. Once you get Guard Swap or now Power Swap, you are healing from the start of the match, basically. So at level 6, you're able to link with you and an ally and heal both of you at the same time. You can also link with an enemy, heal yourself, hurt them, and you will increase an ally's damage, and you will decrease an enemy's damage. So it's really exciting. This is a very cool upgrade for Mr. Mime. Cramorant, nerfs, as we talked about before, dive and air slash cooldowns are increased. Dragonite has some cooldown lengthen on Dragon Dance, then Hyper Beam damage dealt is decreased. I have another video talking about some of this, so I'm going to skim through it here. Tsareena gets a stomp nerf. Blissey gets a soft boiled nerf, which is interesting. It's HP restoration being decreased. Machamp getting a slight nerf and then a slight buff. Espeon with a couple of buffs to cooldown. Stored power also getting an upgrade. Its Unite move getting a charge rate increase, so a lot of nice buffs for Espeon. Glaceon's Icy Wind getting a buff. Icicle Spear getting a nerf, and then some bug fixes. Wigglytuff getting a double slap nerf. Buzzwole getting a few nerfs, Leech Life and Smackdown, which is good because those are super fun moves. Duraludon receiving a kind of head scratching nerf here. I would not I mean, if you were to ask me what was going to happen with Duraludon, I can't imagine a reason to nerf it. Now, here's one of the big ones. We didn't know if this was going to make its way into the game. We didn't have a lot of indication that this was happening inside the test server, so I'm sure many of you are happy to read this right here. Let's go through it. Tyranitar getting a Dark Pulse nerf. Damage dealt to opposing Pokemon decreased. Not the biggest deal. However, Ancient Power, Shield Effect, weakened. Good. Movement Speed increase, weakened. Good. Unite move, Tyrannical Outrage, move downgrade. So Tyranitar is getting 3 separate nerfs, essentially. Ancient Power getting multiple nerfs inside of it, and it needed it. This Pokemon needed these nerfs, so it's good that Tyranitar is getting changed here just in time for all the new stuff happening, because you wouldn't want the new map to, you know, the only conversation around it to be that Tyranitar is still crazy good. So these are some nice changes to Tyranitar. Crustal's getting a bug fix. Power-Up Punch also getting a bug fix. I wonder if this was Lucario's Power-Up Punch. I wonder if this was the situation where Power-Up Punch would punch and then stop once it hit the target. I wonder if that was, in their eyes, a bug. So now, let's talk about maybe my favorite part of this entire bit of patch notes. Item changes, leftovers, assault vest, rocky helmet, and floatstone. All of them getting buffs. So let's talk about what we know so far. Right now we know that it seems like out of combat timers have been decreased. So I believe before they were 7 or 8 seconds, I can't remember. I think it was closer to 8 seconds before something like floatstone would activate. So you had to end being in combat for 8 seconds until you got the benefits of something like a floatstone. And that always made it really tough to use some of these items, because there's always a piece of experience somewhere to get, or a battle that you're having. So it would feel like you've got this cool item, but you just don't have it up that much. You know, you have the increased movement speed, but it just doesn't happen often. So now it appears that that is happening at about 5 seconds. I have to assume the same is true for leftovers and assault vest, about the same timing. And then Rocky Helmet, I don't even know what, maybe that's just lowered as well, the amount of time that Rocky Helmet triggers. I'm honestly not positive, but I was even theorizing, maybe it was in my last video that I put up on the channel, that invading and moving through the enemy central area and just this kind of big central area in the new map could be part of the strategy of the game. And now that we have Floatstone in a position where it's more powerful, I actually think that's very possible that Floatstone, strangely enough, becomes a great item. It took an entire year for Floatstone to do something. Now, leftovers, I don't know. They would have to increase this a lot. It just isn't that much, even if, you know, you're out of combat for a little bit and it heals you here and there. It just doesn't feel that impactful no matter what. It feels like leftovers is just not a super solid item. However, Assault Vest, I really want to know what they did to Rocky Helmet, but Assault Vest, if your out of combat timer is just ticked down, that means more often you are getting a huge shield. I mean, 15% of your HP, if you put this on some of the defenders inside the game, if you put this on a Blissey, you know, you have a massive shield that comes up more often and blocks special attack damage. So this could actually be a really solid time to start playing Assault Vest, Floatstone. Rocky Helmet, leftovers is to be seen, but a lot of cool changes in here. I was also a Delphox, got a cooldown reduction. Yeah, Tsareena got that nerf that it needed. So a lot of exciting stuff. Mr. Mime with some crazy cool changes. I can't wait to play it inside some games. I played it in the public test server, and it's pretty awesome so far. But lots of cool stuff. I might be streaming live as you see this. I love you. If I'm not streaming live right now, it's happening at midnight PST with the new update. See you soon.